If you are planning on trying Veganuary this year, but you're worried that all you're going to be eating is lettuce and sweet potatoes and quinoa all month, I got your back.
I like lettuce and sweet potatoes and quinoa.
Don't get me wrong, I love all those things.
What's wrong with those?
But a girl can't live a month on those things, honey. Right? So one of my favorite ingredients to use ever, extra firm tofu.
I love the extra firm.
We're gonna make a tofu parmigiana,
Oh.
which is incredibly annoying.
That is annoying.
But I always love to start with the extra firm because, contrary to popular belief, you don't have to press it. If you get a really, really firm tofu, you don't have to press it. It's extremely high in protein. So if you are doing Veganuary, a big rookie mistake is forgetting about the protein.
How could you?
A lot of people do. They're like, I love veg. I'm just gonna load up on the veg.
I love veg too, but that ain't gonna keep you full.
No, those are not all the food groups. Elementary school rules, guys. Let's get it together with the food groups. Tofu comes in a package like this. There's some water in the bottom of there. All you gotta do is drain it off. If you really wanted to, you could pat it dry or use a tofu press, but since it's extra firm, it's firm enough as it is.
I made the mistake when I went to go open the package. I just thought it was dry in there, and nope, and it got all on me. We really need to learn how to wear aprons. I don't know what is wrong with us. Just put them on.
And I could have benefited from this recipe too.
We always can. I don't get us.
Especially with the green pants.
Yeah. Ooh, cute outfit. I just noticed.
Thanks, honey. Oh, and it kind of matches later on. Spoiler, you'll see.
What is with us and matching the food to the outfit?
I didn't mean to, but it does. So I like to cut these into very large pieces because I have a hefty appetite. So I like
How is that hefty?
Because, well, if you think about how much chicken you would eat in a meal, if you're making chicken parmesan, it would be about that size.
Exactly. That's not hefty. That's normal.
That's like a chicken breast size.
Yeah. So are you eating one of those chunks or two?
One.
See, I'd even put two on there.
You could, but they're quite dense. So just like a regular chicken parmesan, we're setting up a breading station. Mm-hmm. I like to use tapioca starch for my first layer because it's extra crunchy.
I'm interested to see what you're going to use for the egg here.
Okay.
Because I consider myself to be a breading queen.
You are.
And
give me some of the
title. It's always I am.
version.
Let me see what you're going to be using because it's usually egg, flour, and breadcrumb panko. Okay, so you're saving the best for last here. I'm excited to see what's happening.
So we've got a regular panko. This is an accidentally vegan ingredient. You'll look on the ingredient list. You can get seasoned, but the regular one is already vegan.
Ooh,
don't get seasoned.
Cool, good tip.
And that's what's going to give us a nice crunchy cutlet for this chicken parmesan. So you're just going to put it into, you've got 2 of our 3 stations here.
I find it interesting that you're measuring. I've never once measured a breading station.
I measured because I wrote out the recipe.
I know, that's but I still don't.
So we're using Silk organic soy milk here. Make sure you get the unsweetened. This is going to be our egg wash.
That's it?
No.
Oh.
Did I say that was it?
Oh, I was like, how is that going to get, you can't just use milk for the egg wash.
Yeah, you absolutely can. So we're just going to season it up. We're going to add in some tamari to give it a little bit of salt.
How is that ever going to stick?
It does.
Weird.
You just need it to be, to give it some moistness. So we're going to add some tamari.
Okay, I love that you're seasoning that.
Or soy.
You can't leave it without, and you're going in with a hot sauce. That's where a lot of people make mistakes when it comes to breading. You got to season the breadcrumbs with salt, and you got to season the egg wash, in this case, the soy wash.
Yeah, which doesn't sound good. Make sure you don't get the vanilla one, because I've made that mistake before, too.
I made that mistake, and I'm like, how much can that add vanilla flavor? Oh, quite a bit.
It's gross. It's gnarly. So just like you would a chicken breast, you're going to start with the dry, and then you're going to go into our egg wash after it's fully coated. And see.
Oh no, here we go.
With the pants.
Get the apron on, honey.
That starch is so powdery, too. It really gets everywhere.
Yeah, it can.
And then we're going to go into our egg wash. Look at the consistency. Look how thick it is.
Okay, so that's what's making it is reacting differently than with the egg.
Okay.
It's making it more of like a gooey texture. So therefore maybe that's what's making it adhere more to the tofu.
Yes.
I'm guessing here.
And look then the breadcrumbs are sticking.
Interesting.
So there's not really much science.
My mind is blown.
Mine isn't, because I've been vegan for six years, so this is not new to me.
Okay, but what was your mind originally blown when you first did this?
If you're used to making cutlets with eggs, I could see how it would be, but all you need is some moisture to get that tapioca starch to stick, and some flavor.
This is so cool.
So we're going to continue with all the rest of the pieces. I used 2 packages of tofu because I like leftovers. If you don't like leftovers, bye.
Still don't get how people don't.
And also, if you don't like tofu, this is an A-B conversation and you can see yourself out.
I haven't heard that one in years, man.
Well, I can just hear it now. Ew, tofu is so gross. There's like idiots out there trying to eat a block on its own. You gotta season it up, people.
Or like, never mind eating it like raw in a salad, cubing it up and putting it in a salad. Absolutely not.
Like, nothing's gonna taste good like that.
No.
So, since we are putting this in the Ninja Outdoor Oven, we still want to add some oil to it. So I'm using a spray olive oil.
That just helps it golden up a little bit.
Exactly. And like, you could dump some olive oil on top, but you don't want to disrupt that breading that you just created. So I just like to use a spray. It's really easy. Make sure you do both sides.
I still can't get the spray right.
I know, you never
I
can.
don't know what's wrong with me, but it comes out in a gloopy glob. So could you, if you didn't have a spray, could you use like a, could you pat it with like a brush?
You could, but you risk brushing it off. That's the only thing.
That's why, give it a pat maybe. Give it a pat, yeah.
Okay, so we're using the bake function, but we are
No smoke?
No smoke, you could if you wanted to, but we're cranking it up to 425 because we do want that nice crusty brown exterior. Just disregard my shoes here. I know they don't match my outfit. Those are my indoor shoes.
Someone's happy to be out here. It's chilly, but she's excited to be out here rocking and rolling this unique looking outfit. A lot of different green hues going on.
Okay, so we've got our tofu slices in the oven. In the meantime, we're not gonna waste any time here. We've set the timer for 15 minutes and we're gonna make
it?
No, that's not it.
Oh, I was like, that's amazing.
And we're gonna make the cashew bechamel. So if you're not familiar
Ooh.
with vegan cooking, cashews are like your go-to for anything creamy. If you're allergic to nuts, you could use sunflower seeds.
Oh, good option.
We've got some nooch, some lemon juice in there to tang it up because obviously cheese has, you forget that cheese has such a tanginess.
It does have a natural tang.
It does have a natural tang.
Especially sour cream.
Yes.
Cream cheese has a tang that no one ever speaks about. It
Yes.
doesn't get enough love.
Exactly, so you have to replicate the tang.
Yes.
So then I just like to add a splash of water to help things mulch along here. If you don't have a high-speed blender, you're gonna struggle here because it's gonna be chunky. Don't try to use a food processor. It's not gonna work. You really do need a high-speed blender.
Absolutely not. Food processor and blender are vastly different appliances, okay?
You're not making hummus.
No.
And then you do want to make sure you scrape down the sides. I hate this step because I just like things that can be whizzed up in 2 seconds. But the cashew chunks splash against the sides, so you do have to scrape them down.
I always give a scrape down, whether it's in a blender or whether it's in a food processor.
I'm bad for that.
I always do because if you don't, it's not gonna come out with an even creamy texture. Or like not even necessarily creamy. If you're using a food processor, just say you're blending up some carrots, shredding up some carrots, you gotta like scrape it down. Take some time to scrape it down.
So this is what we're left with.
See, absolutely creamy. That looks fantastic.
Super creamy, cheesy bechamel, no dairy in sight. Your stomach is gonna thank you later. No gas.
Did you do a taste test?
Of course, I taste test everything.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see a lot of things, but I try a lot of the foods that I Hey, what happens in my kitchen?
I was just going to say, maybe keep some things to yourself then. That's fine.
Okay, so then 15 minutes later, Miss Murdy, it's not done. We have to flip them over. The thing with tofu
Still, that's not bad. Fitting.
That
ain't bad.
And then 10. Because wait, we have to add the toppings and then an additional 10. So 40 total.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad. If you're making chicken cutlets.
Plus, this thing preheats like a son of a gun.
Yeah,
you can't even go inside really by the time it preheats. It preheats super quickly.
Exactly. So, and if you're making chicken cutlets, very similar timing. It's not like it's taking any more or less time.
Exactly.
We're just using different ingredients.
However, though, chicken cutlet, typically fried.
Yeah.
This is air fried, air roasted basically, and that's what's gonna make it healthier, but you're not gonna sacrifice the crunch.
You're not gonna sacrifice.
That's what we're all about here.
Yes, or the flavor, because we've added so much flavor already, and you're gonna see we're about to add even more. So you could stop here, treat this as like a schnitzel.
Oh, I would stop there.
Put
Throw
some
that on
gravy.
a bun, yeah.
You absolutely could. That's a basis for so many different things. But since we're making a tofu parmesan, we're gonna go ahead and add some tomato sauce. This is tomato sauce using tomatoes from my garden from the summer.
I can tell. That orange hue.
Yes.
That means that was made with a fresh tomato.
Homegrown tomatoes. And then we're gonna.
Okay, I'm starting to drool here. Once the sauce is coming on there, come on. Veganuary done right, okay?
Okay, so then we're gonna spoon some on the top. We don't want it swimming in the sauce. I don't like too much sauce.
That's even for regular chicken parmesan. People are too liberal with the sauce.
Too much, it gets soggy. Then we're gonna take our cashew bechamel, put a little of that on top.
Okay, but why are we doing bechamel? Because that's not typical in a Parmesan.
So you could do store-bought.
I ain't mad at it. I like the 2 sauce vibe.
So you could do, we're going 3 sauce. You just wait. You could
Pesto?
Yep.
Ooh, oh no. Oh no, she didn't.
This is also a homemade pesto that I made in the summer when I had fresh basil and then froze that as well.
the flavors of summer, man.
So you could do a store-bought vegan mozzarella if you wanted to, but no vegan cheese that I have found so far melts really that well. Sheese is the closest thing. The brand Sheese. I do really like that brand.
And cheese.
But I feel like if you just take that extra step, this bechamel is creamier and it has a lot more flavor. And then top it with the pesto, back out there for another 10. That's it.
Okay, but it technically doesn't need to go back out there.
Nope,
even.
it doesn't. But I like to dry it out a little bit.
Yeah, and for like heating it up, like you want it to be warm. But even at like just like that, I would eat it like that.
Yes, you totally could.
Ooh.
But I do, just like chicken Parmesan, when the sauce goes on and it goes back in the oven, some of the water it evaporates off of it, so it gets more concentrated.
Oh,
Look at that.
I like on the plate, the colors on the plate and the outfit, it is all going.
Isn't it? Look at the colors. The yellow and the green. It's like,
Yes.
I didn't plan that, but.
Honey.
So look at this. Look at the inside. If you are doing Veganuary, please do me a favor and make yourself this recipe. You will thank yourself for it later. You won't be hungry. You won't be like, oh, I don't know, I'm like lacking in something here. It's off the charts in flavor, off the charts in protein, which is so important if you're doing a vegan diet, and health. It ticks all the boxes.
Give me the textures.
Okay, it's juicy on the inside, crunchy on the outside, an absolute flavor explosion with the pesto and the bechamel and the sauce.
Oh no.
So you could put that on a bun.
Ooh.
That on top of a bun with some
Serve
hot
it on
peppers.
the sides of some gnocchi. On the side of some gnocchi.
So that's how I had it for dinner.
With gnocchi?
With pasta on the side.
I could totally go for gnocchi. I don't know what made me think of that.
No, that would be delicious. I had it with a chickpea pasta on the side for even more protein
Whoa.
and fiber.
You're walking away from that dish feeling full, feeling satisfied, feeling ready to make maybe what could vegan February be?
My life.
Okay.
Just the whole year.
Because why
A
stop
vegan
at 1 month?
lifestyle? Yeah, no, you definitely could. If you pack your month with recipes like this, you won't be wondering how you're going to get through Veganuary, or if you're new to a plant-based diet, make friends with tofu.
Totally. Add this to your Meatless Monday. Is Meatless Monday still a thing? It should be.
I hope so.
Because this would be a fabulous dish for that, honey. You completely blew me away with this. As the breaded queen, I would say you're the breaded princess.
Yes!
Up top, baby girl.
That means a lot coming from you. Maddie likes to bread anything, and she does it well.
I will. I've said if you can bread a shoe, I ain't opposed to eating that, okay?
And you can bread a shoe, and it would be delicious.
It would be fabulous.
I've had your cutlets. They're quite good. Maybe not as good as this, but.
Hey!